Alright, guys. Today is just an old review. This is just old stuff going through. This is vintage. Back in the days, we had a show that that came on in 1993. Well, this is years in the past after that show. About 12 years ago, a little over 12 years ago, there was a show that came on to Nicktoons, and it was Power Ranger Samurai. It was the very first Power Ranger series on Nicktoons till Dino Fury today. Till Netflix bought the rights to it. If I remember, I wanted to show you guys some very old vintage Power Ranger stuff that I collected back in the beginning of the 2010s and stuff. So let's take a look what we got here. We got 4 boxes to go through, and what's in these? Let's pull this one up first. I see some very old nostalgic stuff. This right here was a remake right here. And I believe it was either they did RPM or this was Operation Overdrive. It was a Land Rover character. And it was able to transform into... It had 2 modes. A vehicle mode, which was like this, or take the claws down, move the claws around, or we got a robot mode. I guess you would flip these guys up and, oh yeah, there's a head. Looks like, reminds me of the Centaurus Megazord from Lost Galaxy. You know, the Stratoforce and the other one? Reminds me of this dude right here. You can take that guy, you can stand it up, open up, and there's a Ranger inside. They gave you a free Ranger to go with it. Let's see. We got us one of their motorcycles. This is the blue one because of the blue emblem. The symbol for... pretty much a symbol for water in Japan. This thing was able to form a leg, and this is all Zord builder stuff. I guess you plug your Megazords plug in there. Yeah, they did Zord builder, which had connections and junk. And we got a Blue Ranger that sits on top of it where he's driving it. We got an old vintage. We got another vehicle. My dad helped me get some of these guys, but a lot of the rest of the majority was I paid for. I still keep a lot of stuff that the stuff that my dad had. The Tiger Tank Zord. The Tiger Tank. This right here was able to connect together and become kind of a Megazord or stuff like that. you're able to take these legs like this. Let's see. Take these legs and do weird stuff with it. See, this is just old vintage Power Ranger stuff that's been in my closet for years. That's one box to go through. Let's bring our next box out. And this is starting to get something I wanted to go through. Let's bring out my next box out, and let's go through this next box. We got what in here? Look what we got in here. We got us a little bitty Gigazord. I don't know why Zord Builders was done. To separate Bandai from Bandai America, they integrated a system called Zord Builder, which was you could take other Power Ranger stuff that was in the 2010 era and up and connect it all together and make new combinations of different Zords. This is all this dude is. He's just a brick. Take them apart and reconfigure them. We got a couple motorcycles. We got Gold Ranger sitting on the Megazord. That would be, you take him off, plug into a Megazord. This would be able to go down there and drive on the thing. Yes, I do have all the gold pieces to him. They're just in there. We got Green Ranger, Super Mega Form. Not Super Mega Form, but Super Samurai Form. I thought it was Mega Force for a second. Green Ranger. He's got these little plug-ins right here where his axe plugs in. We got a little belt buckle. This was from when they did their black box thing. I just had this instead thing. The black box got thrown away by mistake, but it had a disc inside and stuff like that. I have to get me another black box. It was like a little morpher thing that they would press and they'd go into. They'd be able to become one powered up level. There's Saber. You pop a disc on. The plastic is mirrored, so when the disc spins, it looks like the disc is spinning around. Makes an animation. Every disc had one. Yeah, it's been worn like this in here. It's just this stuff's 10 years old, but it can be fixed. Their Mega Blade. This thing was sick looking when it came on. Let's see. Pull the lever like this. Blade extends. They'd use this to finish off one of the bad guys. They'd slash them up and everything. Hey, it still works. Cool. Like it. And then you press the narrow mechanism, you press this black button to pull it back up. Plug the blade back in, that would extend out. Yeah. Now we're going to get into the next part right here. What's in this box, do I wonder what's in this box? Next box we got here. And for some reason they did a lot of motorcycles in this set. Hey, looks like we got some Megazord pieces. What we got here? Another Red Ranger with his plug-in. We got a Red Ranger who plugs another motorcycle. We got a bunch of Zord pieces. We got the Light Zord. Turns to a beetle. We got the Octazord. Had a lot of combinations. Move this guy out of the way. Let's put that right here. We had the Tiger Zord, who is the part of the Samurai Megazord. Got the Green Bear, who becomes a foot. Becomes a leg part. This is what got me back into collecting these guys again. The Dragon Zord. There's been a couple of Dragon Zords in Power Rangers through the history of it. He becomes the other leg. We got the ape. So we got a monkey. Cool. We got the Beetle Zord. I believe this would be the third Beetle Zord that they ever did. I believe this would be the third Beetle Zord they ever did in the set. In the series. We got Turtle. We got the Tiger. And we got the Swordfish. Hold on 1 minute. We got Swordfish Sword. So pretty much those are pretty much Megazord parts. Put them back in here. Now, one final box. And this one is the final box inside the Megazord set. See, I marked these boxes down to tell you what's in here. Keeps track when I want to know what's in it. Oh, holy cow, we got another load of figures to go through. Little Claw Zord. Roll the wheel and his claws come out. It's got the Zord to it. We got a green cycle. The Shark Saber. That's that one that was like a rubber band. Here's the figure to it. To the Light Zord and junk like that. We got a Scorpion Zord, and I believe this was the Decker Zord that they did. Kinda lame. We got the Gold Ranger Zord. He would drive that motorcycle. Red Ranger Zord. Yeah. Yep. There's Decker. Love this little translucent color of him. Red Ranger driving. Red Ranger. Green Ranger. We got gold. We got another gold Ranger. Last two things that I have in here. Last two things I have in here. It just popped off. We got the Claw Zord in here. Lobster. First time they ever did a lobster in the Power Ranger series. In history. And finally, we had the last Zord to go in. Their Bull Zord. I went everywhere looking for him. Told my buddies when I seen the Bull Zord, I went out and got it. I spent months looking for these guys. And to make sure I could find them, I used to hide them in the stores. Till I knew where they were. And when I hit them, I was able to go over there and find the place, and they'd be right there and over there. So yeah, old Power Ranger stuff that is very vintage. Like Power Rangers is old samurai stuff that's very vintage. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Old vintage Power Ranger stuff. Such fun. Just great memories to go through and see these guys again. Later on I will be posting the video of the Zords. Now that I know where they're at. As soon as I'm done posting them, I'm going to go put them back in my put it back in my closet. That way I can keep them again for another 10 years.